In the first vlog, we explored the historic side of Panama City, the plazas, the streets, and of course the incredible Panama Canal. But in this part of the journey, we wanted to experience the city a little differently. Instead of rushing from attraction to attraction, we decided to slow down and explore like travelers. We took the Panama City subway to reach our Airbnb, walked through the surrounding neighborhoods, and began observing the everyday rhythm of the city, the small cafes, the local stores, these people simply going about their day. We also tried to be mindful about how we traveled, choosing foods and drinks that suited our bodies and taking the time to enjoy the moment. Because when you are traveling in your go-go years, the goal isn't just to see a destination. It is to truly experience it. Panama City quickly revealed itself as a place of fascinating contrasts. Modern skyscrapers besides historic streets, quiet mornings giving way to carnival celebration, and everyday life unfolding just a few blocks away from some of the world's most famous landmarks. And yes, if you watched part 1, you may remember ST's travel hat. What exactly happened to it? Well, the mystery of the hat will finally be revealed in this vlog. So, in this part of the journey, we continue exploring not just the sights, but the soul of Panama City. Let's continue the journey. Hi, I am Vatsla. Along with my husband SD, we share meaningful journeys across cultures, cuisines, and continents. We love slow, intentional travel, discovering hidden gems, local experiences, and the little moments that make each place unforgettable. So far, we have visited 23 countries and we are still adding more. For us, travel is a part of designing a joyful, curious life and a retirement filled with adventure and freedom. Go journey wise!
Welcome to Panama.
Before we continue exploring Panama City, let's rewind for a moment, back to travel day. Instead of taking a taxi from the airport, we decided to be adventurous and hop onto the Panama City subway to reach our Airbnb. The journey took about an hour, and thanks to a very kind subway official who patiently explained the route to us, we didn't take a single wrong turn.
So we are at the subway, airport subway, and we are trying to make it to our Airbnb using the subway system instead of Uber. So let's see how successful we are. Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. I think your eyes draw you right to the ocean.
Feeling quite proud of ourselves, we arrived at our building, which turned out to be a lively place with over 5 restaurants in sight, perfect for our first relaxed dinner in the city.
With a view. This restaurant is right underneath our building.
So we are.
While I was cranking up my neck to locate the 13th floor where our Airbnb was, I suddenly noticed people walking high above us in the sky. That's when surprise number 1 revealed itself. Little did we know this building was located right in the middle of all the excitement. It also happens to host Point Panama, where thrill seekers can zip line from one end of the building to the other and walk across a glass-bottom viewing deck high above the ground. At the time, we were simply enjoying the skyline and our evening meal. What we didn't realize yet was that this exact spot would soon give us front row seats to Carnival, but that surprise was still waiting for us.
This is our day 4 in Panama City. Our plan was to go to Flamenco Island, but the ferries are full. The new plan is to go and see the financial district side or the modern side of Panama City. There is the challenges that we are facing. Number 1, it is extremely hot. As you can see, we are sweating. So that did come equipped with a lot of water today, so that is good. The second challenge is that these roads are closed, as you can see behind us, that there's no traffic because of the carnival.
Hello, we are now in the Andrea Bello Park. This is a little bit of peace and quiet in the middle of the town. If you want to take a break from the hustle and bustle of Panama City, this is a small park in the residential area. It's a pet-friendly park. There are lots of dogs playing around. There's a couple of playgrounds, water fountains, nice shady trees. Nothing fancy about the park, but it's right in the middle of big residential buildings, close to the main street here in Panama City called Via Argentina. And on Via Argentina, there are lots and lots of restaurants, different types of cuisine. So it's a place you will definitely end up visiting if you want to try some new restaurants in Panama City.
In part 1, I mentioned that Panama City has statues of several famous people hidden around the city. Well, this was the first one we found, a bust of Albert Einstein. It's known locally as Einstein's head, and it sits right in the lively neighborhood of El Cangrejo. The giant sculpture was created in 1968 by Panamanian artist Carlos Albodega and donated by the local Jewish community.
Hello, Mr. Einstein.
Fun fact, the artist actually chose to sculpt just the oversized head because he believed it was Einstein's extraordinary brain that changed the world. Right next to the statue, there's even a restaurant named after Einstein, which makes the whole area feel like science-themed corner of Panama City. Of course, the plaque explaining the monument was written in Spanish, so out came Google Translate and we stood there decoding Einstein's story like two very determined students. By this point though, all that thinking about genius had made us very hungry, so we wandered into a nearby mall to explore, and to our surprise we ended up finding one of the largest Jewish supermarkets in the area.
So what do you have here?
I have one bowl of vegan ramen and one bowl of miso ramen and passion fruit juice for lunch. Finally, some vegetarian choices for Joey.
Yay! Looks like the vegetarian got lucky.
And look, the visibility is like almost gone. Heavy rain.
Alright, let's talk Carnival. It had started to rain a little that afternoon, so we decided to head back to our Airbnb. And that's when we realized something very interesting. We had somehow booked a place with front row seats to the biggest party in Panama. Even before the celebrations really began, there was a huge police presence around our building. From our window, we could see the entire operation unfold on the streets below. There were green uniformed crews managing garbage, yellow teams directing people, and various shades of blue uniforms handling crowd control. Clearly, Panama was getting ready for something big. By day 3, the roads around us were completely closed. The city had transformed into one giant celebration zone, and the music, well, we could hear it from as far away as Encon Hill. And when I say the music goes late, I mean late. The night before, the party didn't stop until 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, if you're wondering what actually happens during Carnival here, let me tell you, it's quite something. During the day, giant water trucks called culicos drive through the streets, spraying crowds with water from fire hoses, while music blasts from massive speakers. In Panama's tropical heat, it basically becomes the world's largest water fight. Then, in the evenings, the atmosphere shifts to parades, floats, music bands, and carnival queens leading colorful processions throughout the streets. There are food stalls everywhere, rides for kids, little trains, and people dancing to everything from traditional rhythms to modern reggae. It's lively, loud, colorful, and honestly quite amazing to watch. Now, could we have gone down and joined the crowds? Technically, yes, but let's just say we are at that very comfortable stage of life where enjoying the festivities from our Airbnb balcony felt like a perfect plan. Language challenges, late nights, food experiments, and being sprayed with water, don't think so. Maybe another decade ago. But from where we were sitting, warm, dry, and with a perfect view, we were still enjoying every moment of it. Day 5, and we started the morning at Flamenco Island. Calm, breezy, and surrounded by ocean views on both sides. One of those moments where you just pause and think, this is nice.
We are on Flamenco Island. We took an Uber from Panama City to come here. It was about like $6 US to come here. You don't have to take a ferry or anything. There's a roadway that brings you here. There's lots of restaurants that you can enjoy food, and I believe there's a very nice ice cream parlor here as well. But I think it opens later in the day. We are here around 10 o'clock in the morning, and most of the restaurants are closed.
This is also the place where people catch the ferry to go to Isla Tobago to spend a day on an island which is about 30 minutes away by fast ferry.
As we explored Flamenco Island, we realized this wasn't just one island experience. It's actually part of a chain of little escapes connected together. Flamenco itself is one of the livelier ones, with marinas, cafes, and that relaxed, let's just sit here a little longer kind of vibe. Just next to it is Perico Island, which feels a bit quieter and greener. It's known for its walking paths and scenic viewpoints, perfect if you want a slower, more peaceful stroll away from the crowds. And then there is Naos Island, which has a bit of history tucked into it. It used to be part of the US military base, and if you look closely, you can still spot remnants of that past mixed into the modern day setting. What's really nice is how each island feels slightly different. But of course, we didn't stay still for too long. Soon we were back in full explorer mode, hopping onto the Panama City subway, figuring out bus stops, connections, and quietly celebrating the fact that we were now navigating like semi-professionals. And then, completely unexpectedly, we found a statue of Mahatma Gandhi right here in Panama City, because clearly this city likes to keep you guessing.
So we have found Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi, in Panama City. However, we have so far not located even a single Sardarji. This statue of Mahatma Gandhi is next to Cinco de Mayo metro station. There is no plaque to identify him, but this is Mahatma Gandhi. Wonder what the history is behind it. Why was the statue set up here? These are mini bananas growing on a mini banana tree. There are quite a few of them actually.
Now, something I haven't talked much about yet, the food. So here's a quick look. Our plates do look very different. SD is happily trying everything on the menu, while I am staying true to my vegetarian comfort zone. But somehow we have found a system that works, and more importantly, keeps us both well-fed and very happy.
Something that I can enjoy here is a mocktail. This is tamarind infused mocktail which I tried once in Puerto Rico and I really loved it. So I'm hoping that I can recreate the same experience once again. So let's see. Not same, different, but nice.
So, in the quest for eating vegetarian food, we have come to an Indian restaurant, and this is how many people are there in the restaurant at this time. It is 7:30 in the night. Our umbrella drinks have arrived. Watermelon and cantaloupe juices. Do you want to try yours? Let's do cheers. Cheers.
Natural electrolytes. The weather is so hot and humid here, you need to drink all the fluids you can. Coconut water and lots of fruits, especially for Vatsala. She's having a tough time finding vegetarian food options in Panama. Food will be fruits.
And then came the highlight of the morning, or should I say the mystery. ST's travel hat was missing. Now, this is not just any hat. This hat has traveled London, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, and many more locations. It has survived all kinds of weather, moods, and packing styles. So we searched the room, the bags, maybe it fell there corners. Nothing. At this point, we have developed a theory. The hat experienced Panama, the sun, the breeze, the carnival energy, and simply decided, this is my place now. Maybe it's out there enjoying a better view. Maybe it's found a new owner. Or maybe it's just living its best life somewhere along the causeway. Honestly, we can't even be mad, because if we were a hat, we might have made the same decision, right?
So once again, we are in Casco Viejo, the historical downtown of Panama City. This is our last day here. We are traveling back to our home, and this is where we have planned to spend about 2-3 hours before we head to the airport, because we had to check out of the Airbnb. So this is a wonderful place to do that. 3 things you liked about visiting Panama City, and 1 thing that you did not like.
It is a very interesting country if you are interested in geography, marine transport, shipping, that sort of thing. So those are my areas of interest. So I loved visiting the Panama Canal. Panama Canal Museum was very interesting. The history of the canal, I liked that part. And we found some good restaurants here in Casco Viejo, in the old town. So some dinners were hit and some dinners were miss, as is expected in a new country, new town for us, new city for us. And the Ubers worked very well. Wherever you go, from our Airbnb, it was like $3, $4, $5, $7 for an Uber. So those were the 3 things I think that were fun.
1 thing that you did not
One thing
like.
that I did not like here was that the number of supermarkets or well-stocked stores was very limited. So if you were looking for like fruits or things like that, it would be a tough challenge to find supermarkets. Obviously, we don't know about the layout of the city. We are staying in one Airbnb right on the waterfront, so that was a bit of a challenge. So food options, and for vegetarians, of course. But otherwise, on the whole, for a 4 or 5 day trip, it's a good place to visit. It's going to be hot and humid, but it's interesting.
And just like that, this part of our Panama City journey comes to an end. If you have enjoyed traveling with us, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us keep these journeys going and share more stories with you. We are working on a Panama City guide with our personal do's, don'ts, and tips. Everything we wish we knew before coming here. That will be coming out soon. And as for ST's travel hat, well, let's just say Panama kept the original. But ST has now found a new one, and you will see it pop up in a completely different destination. So stay tuned. The journey continues on Go Journey Wise.